On Easter, I do reflect on the fact that as a Christian, I am supposed to love. And I have to say that sometimes when I listen to less than loving expressions by Christians, I get concerned. But that's a topic for another day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I keep playing this bite because I'm so excited to hear what our guests like Alan West, and now we're joined by Congressman Louie Gohmert, of course, great state of Texas congressman, and that's the 01 CD, Vice Chair of the House Crime, Terrorism, and Homeland Security Committee. All right, Congressman, welcome aboard. I don't know if you heard that before. He said this today, while at the same time, and this is an Easter breakfast, not mentioning the death of the Christians, the slaughter of the Christians in Kenya, nothing about the rest of the Christians, but specifically the ones in Kenya who were singled out as Christians and then shot in cold blood. But he has a problem with what Christians say. What is wrong with him?
Well, it's fascinating to hear the way he thinks when most of us are terribly concerned about the Christians and Jews being slaughtered, persecuted around the world in greater numbers than ever. And he's more concerned about what people are saying about him. And the fact is, if he were more concerned about what was happening to Christians and Jews around the world, then he would not have to worry about what people were saying about him. He would be able to bask in the glow of a great deal of laudatory comments. But we see that this country has been blessed with so much ability and power, and yet while we're considered to be the great superpower, Christians are being persecuted in greater numbers than ever in history. Maybe not greater percentage, but certainly greater in numbers around the world, and it's on our watch. And he's concerned about what people are saying about him. I think that tells you perhaps the whole problem right there.
All right, let's move on to Rand Paul. He is candidate number 2 to announce for the presidency on the Republican side. What's your take on Rand Paul? Serious contender?
Absolutely. I love the fact that we've got 2 guys that are not so long in the tooth as has been happening in some of our prior years. And what I thought about as Rand was getting ready to announce was something that Bob Beckel, our resident Democrat, often on Fox News,
right.
But he had commented back in August of 2012 at the Republican National Convention that he was getting a little concerned. He said, I've taken a lot of comfort in the fact that watching Republican conventions, I saw nothing but white hairs, blue hairs, and no hairs. And he said, it's really disconcerting. You guys have a bench. As he was commenting, we have a lot of young people involved. We have a very diverse group of young people, race, gender. We've got a great group coming along, and it's exciting to see conservatives who really want less government stepping up and running for president. That's exciting stuff.
Does he have to leave that libertarian-ism a little bit behind to have mass appeal?
Well, I think a little libertarianism is a very good thing because we need a whole lot less government, and so I don't think he would have to leave much aside. I mean, I would welcome him saying what Reagan did before he got elected in 1980, that he was going to cut the federal regulations by 2/3, and by golly, he did. That would be awesome. I do think that if we pull our head into the sand, as President Obama has pretty well done, then the world falls apart.
Yep.
As an elderly African man told me a few years ago in West Africa, that he said, we were so excited when you elected your first black president, we've seen America getting weaker and weaker. Please tell people in Washington, stop getting weak.
Well, that's a great way to end, sir. Always good to
Yes,
talk
sir.
to you, Congressman.
Great
we'll speak
to
to you
talk
soon.
to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, Steve.
Louie Gohmert, we're coming back with part 2 of the panel.